Hello, this is cjhoyle. Today is Sunday, January the 26th, 2025, and in this video, I'm going to go skating on Grenadier Pond here in High Park in Toronto. So I'm starting from down here at the south end of Grenadier Pond, and we're going to skate our way all the way to the other end. And so you can see that the ice surface right now is not the best. It's definitely kind of rough and bumpy, at least for the majority of the pond. But there are these sections, like you can see coming up ahead, where the skaters and users of the ice have been, you can see there's a shovel over there, so they've been shoveling it to keep these clear. And it's amazing how much of a difference it makes in the areas that have been shoveled compared to the areas that haven't. So this is kind of this network of trails that sort of zigzag their way across the ice, and if you stick to those, the ice is really as smooth as you could expect for a natural ice surface like this. And I guess my understanding is that sort of, when you get snow falling on ice, when it's in the process of freezing, then of course that makes it rough. So by keeping it kind of clear of snow, I guess that helps out for the periods where there are sort of, where it sort of heats up from the sun and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, it really makes a huge difference, and really grateful to the people that have maintained these trails. Personally, I would love if there was a trail that sort of did a loop all the way around the pond, because then you could just, skate it like a giant Olympic oval and just sort of keep going. Through this middle section here, there really only is this one trail, the one that I'm using right now. But it's not too bad, and it's not too busy. Like, occasionally you'll encounter someone coming from the other direction, and you'll need to sort of, move to the side to let them through, or they let you through or whatnot. But yeah, it's sort of a unique experience to get to come and skate here. I've actually been wanting to make a video like this for quite a long time. This is actually only my second time ever coming skating here. The first time was back in January of 2022. And it was after a period where it had been, really cold for quite a long time, but there hadn't been any snow. So it meant that basically the ice surface was like perfectly smooth everywhere, and you didn't have to rely on, people shoveling trails and whatnot. Well, that's pretty cool. And that guy do that skating jump there. So yeah, in addition to these trails, like I was saying, they do have these sort of little rink areas like that, where there's sort of a big clearing on the ice. I imagine those are probably primarily used for people to come and play hockey on. Now, as far as the safety of coming and skating here, well, of course you are doing it at your own risk. Skating on natural ice surfaces like this or on water bodies, can be dangerous, but as long as you're educated about the dangers and sort of when it's safe to skate and when it isn't. Recently we've had a lot of really cold weather where it hasn't really gone above the freezing point for, more than a week, probably closer to 2 weeks. And so with that and the fact that you can, sometimes see through the ice and see, how thick it is, I'm quite confident in the safety of coming here. Let's just check out this little rink area here. But yeah, so you can sort of see the cracks in the ice there, and you can sort of see, how thick the ice actually is. So I feel quite safe doing it. A number of years ago, the city, for the longest time, the city's policy was that you weren't allowed to skate here, But they put up signs basically saying you weren't allowed to skate here, but I don't think they ever really enforced it. And then at one period, they changed their policy completely, and they had people from the city that actually came out and monitored the thickness of the ice. And so they put up, various different flags to tell you whether it was safe to skate or not. But that was really short-lived. They did away with that, and we're back to the policy of their signs saying not to skate here, but you can see there's probably at least 100 people on the ice right now skating, just as I am, feeling quite safe doing so. So just just something to be aware of, and yeah, it's kind of a rare thing because it really takes certain conditions for there to be ice here, you know, a lot of cold weather, and for it to be actual skatable ice, you know, that also takes either the dedication of the community like we're seeing right now, or just the right conditions for it, like I was describing from 3 years ago. So you can see we're just about at the end of the pond, and now it sort of peters out into a marsh, so that's where we're going to be. That will be my final point to reach in this video. But hopefully these conditions will, you know, hopefully it'll continue to stay cold enough for the ice to be here for another little while. And so if you see this video, you may have the chance to come out and do this yourself. Right now it's actually only about -1, so it's actually quite comfortable temperature-wise for skating, but you know, the much colder weather that we had before this is what makes it, you know, makes us have all this thick ice that makes this sort of activity possible. And here we've arrived at the end of Grenadier Pond. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.